CBN News senior Washington correspondent Tara Mergener has more on tonight's top story. Tara, today Attorney General Merrick Garland outlined a timeline of these discoveries. Break that down for us.
That's right, Matt. We have to rewind to before the midterm elections. Garland says the first discovery came before November 4th of last year, when the president's lawyers found classified documents at the Penn Biden Center in D.C. Those were immediately turned over to the National Archives. The Justice Department was notified and an official investigation began. Fast forward to December, more documents were found, and this time at the president's Delaware home. Today, the president's lawyer alerted the DOJ to an additional discovery there, and the attorney general announced next steps in the investigation.
I signed an order appointing Robert Hur as special counsel for the matter I've just described. The document authorizes him to investigate whether any person or entity violated the law in connection with this matter.
Now, the attorney general says appointing the special counsel is in the public interest. Meanwhile, President Biden again reiterating he did not know the classified documents were at the Penn Biden Center or anywhere at his home.
My Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street. I take classified documents and classified material seriously. I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review.
Now, meanwhile, Republicans are quick to point out what they call a double standard after an FBI search and seizure of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago property last summer turned up classified documents.
This is what makes America not trust their government. You cannot have one form of law because somebody philosophically has a different opinion than you, and you can't use the Justice Department to go after people that are politically different as well. It has to be equal across.
House Republicans are now adding another investigation onto President Biden's handling of classified documents, in addition to other ongoing investigations that seem to keep growing, Matt.
Well, Tara, thank you. Plenty to keep watching out for. And here now to discuss is CBN News chief political analyst David Brody. David, the president and the documents, do you think the president will face real repercussions over all this?
I think there's a very real concern that he'll face real repercussions over this, Matt, for sure. I mean, and here's the problem. There's a lot of fill in the blank and dots that we just don't know. We need to know the timeline. We need to know not necessarily what President Biden knew when he knew it, but what did his staff know? I mean, let's remember these boxes that were holed up for what, years? I mean, at this point, you know, the Biden folks are going to make it appear that no one knew what was in the boxes. Well, hold on. There are top classified documents in the boxes. So exactly how in the world did that happen? Let's also remember he's vice president of the United States at the time. And so that I think is the key differentiation between this and what was going on with Donald Trump and Mar-a-Lago, because a president can declassify documents, a vice president cannot.
Yeah, of course, you just brought up former President Trump. We all saw the FBI raid of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. How is that situation different from this one with now President Biden?
Well, other than what I just pointed out, you know, as we talked about, there's a couple other things that are interesting here, and it really starts with the pot calling the kettle black. I mean, in essence, you know, the Republicans and the folks that are aligned with Donald Trump are going to say this is a two-tier system of justice that we're seeing play out. Now, having said that, the special counsel was appointed by Merrick Garland today to investigate the Biden documents, so they can't really kind of complain about that at this point. But we're going to wait to see exactly what this special counsel does, as opposed to the special counsel that is investigating Donald Trump and the Mar-a-Lago documents. I mean, think about this. This is an amazing time in American history. We have a president of the United States. There will be a special counsel investigating a sitting president of the United States for what may have happened years ago. And we have a former president of the United States that is also being investigated by a special counsel. I mean, I'll have to go back and consult my sources from 1843, but I can't quite remember a time in American history where that has ever happened. As a matter of fact, it has not happened. So the point is we're living through very historic times. And let me just also point out on Joe Biden. Let's remember what Joe Biden said on 60 Minutes. I mean, he complained to Scott Pelley in 60 Minutes about Donald Trump being sloppy, and it's inexcusable that you could have classified documents sitting around Mar-a-Lago.